Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Yeah, last days I've been very sick. I hope I can speak okay now. I will talk carefully. Yeah, the voice is not yet perfect. Yeah, well, hard days. I haven't eaten much, so I'm a bit low energy. I don't know. It doesn't feel so good. Okay, well, I hope from now on there will be recovery. It's the second time I've been sick after end of December. I was sick now, end of January. I think I need to go back wearing a mask everywhere in the stores, everywhere where the people are. Like you go somewhere and someone has some sickness, you catch it and boom, KO for a couple days. It's bad. So I'll probably from now on wear the mask again every time. Yeah. Yeah. Getting sick sucks. Yeah. Okay, so I also haven't been getting much work done. That's a problem. I wanted to first take a look at GitHub. Yeah, I want to see what update here Mr. Genius has put in his work in progress change for the model converter. He also has one here. Let's look at both his changes. Yeah. Okay. Oof. Okay. What should we change this from? Oof. I think we have to go here. No. Oof. Oof. What is happening here? Can we get a diff from... Let's just get it. Show all changes. Yeah. Let's do all. Good. Okay, so what did he do here? Reversed set, reverse translate. Okay. Oof, what is this? What? No. What is going on here? No, I don't think that we can do this. This is so complicated. Also, okay, so the first thing here is that this shouldn't, like, if the reverse, let's make a comment. If the reverse is so specific to RTL, ref to right to left languages, then the reverse so specific to RTL languages, then this function should not be part of this class. I suggest create a new class for the RTL processing. It's just because like when you have this reverse function here, typically you just expect a simple reversal, right? But this one is very very intricate with rules, a lot of rules, and so I don't think it should be part here. Also, if Unicode string, okay, UTF-16 string has this, then UTF-8 string would also, strictly speaking, have it, but it doesn't, because we don't need it there, right? So, poof. What is going on here? What? Like, why is this written like this? Why is this not a for loop doing it 4 times the same thing? Like, I don't understand. Why is this unrolled like this? Was this written by an AI, or it's so hard to read? Ignore sequence. Check if character is a special character, comma, period, colon. It's really complicated here. The problem with this approach, I would say, is just like without understanding everything that's going on here. Like, it looks like there's so many rules that there's a huge chance that things go wrong because you didn't cover this and that and this and that and this and that, right? Since you already have a billion conditions here, who's to say that there's not this amount of stuff missing, right? So check if character is a special character. Like here, like I wonder if it would also have been enough to check, like, okay, is it not alphanumeric, right? There is already a function alphanum. Is character not alphanumeric, right? which then pretty much covers all special characters, so to say. What does this say? Characters considered ignored. English letters, digits will not be reversed. If a special character like comma appears between two ignored characters, if a special character appears at the start or end of the sequence. Wouldn't it be easier to okay, I think first the reverse function I would simplify to make it a static function and give it a begin pointer and an end pointer, right? Let me draft it. So, notepad. So you say reverse. Let me make it larger. And then unit char t begin and unit char t end. Yeah. And is the position one behind the last character to be reversed, right? Okay, so that way you already have a very simple reverse implementation, because here it allows you to simply pass the begin and end, and then it will reverse between these two pointers, right? And the assumption is that this pointer is smaller, equal this one, right? So assert begin smaller equivalent. Like this. Yeah. Okay, so this would be the first thing I would do for the reverse function. That way the reversal itself is like super simple. Then, okay, now we need to figure out, okay, what do we want to pass here? So there can be multiple passes for a string, right? So in case of Arabic, you would then say, okay, only if the character is part of the Arabic language, then we reverse it, maybe. It's really is special. Ignore. Okay, so here he ignores all English letters, Latin letters, digits, percentage, special number. Okay, let me take a look. I mean, he probably made good thoughts about why he wanted to do it like this. So this requires a good look at the str file, which he probably did. But yeah, maybe there's like a simpler rule. It's typically a good idea to try to find like the simplest rule, the simplest algorithm. Like, don't make it too complicated, because when you make your algorithm complicated, then it's harder to maintain, you know. Okay, so for example, here is pretty straightforward. All right. I mean, yeah, it should not reverse on /n. Okay, here we have some longer sentence. So the colon is here at the start, which probably refers to this, right? So this one, so this whole thing here needs to be inverted. This, Jesus Christ, this needs to be inverted, right? Let me see. Let me go here. No. Here. Here. Split n. I wonder what made him. So here, the colon. Let me see. Colon is. Colon is also here. Special. What does that say? Is ignored. So I think this is wrong. Special. This is too complicated. Here he uses starts. buffer, start, end. I don't know what's going on here with the start pointer and end index. Okay, let me just start writing here. This algorithm is crazy complicated. I wonder if it can be greatly simplified. Also, it is not clear to me if it is correct. So for example, so I look at this one here. Let me make a copy of this. So for example here, this string. It should simply reverse I always write reserve because of programming. Reserve is a very common function for vector and string and so on. Containers. It should simply reverse all sentences between the line break, right? Okay, and okay, and then so he probably also looked at this format like %s, right? Let me see, %s. Yeah. Okay, so here, yeah, right. Okay, so this one he doesn't want to. We don't want to reverse. Yeah, that's a good point. So it should not become s%, right? Okay. How do we deal with that? Do we have some other example? I think there's also like something like HS, right? Okay, what do we have here? Oof. What about %d? Yeah, like this. Yeah. Mm. Okay, so this one here. So I think what would help is to like first figure out like what should these things actually become. So this one, so this would be reversed here, this, and then there would be this colon here at the end, and then this at the end, right? Like this. And this here would be reversed as well, which I can't simply do now here. Yeah. And so the way to do it is you find the percent, and then you find the next space, and then where the space is, you say, okay, before the first space, you take this chunk and you move this to the other side, and then you reverse this part, right? It's hard to, it's a bit hard to, I think. Why don't we just, so like there could be another case where maybe you have some other words, yeah, so let's just take a copy of this word here, yeah, and put it up here. It could be like this, right? Then this would also need to be inverted, this whole thing, right? Whole thing inverted. So then this essentially, this inverted form would then be here, right? So why don't we just like invert the whole thing between every line break, yeah? And then wherever this was inverted, we reverse the inversion back. So if we invert this whole thing, then this here would become d percent, right? But then you can say, okay, we take this and we reverse it again to what it was before. Just this chunk, and then make it percent d. And we do this because here yeah, I think so. What we need to find is we need to find the first percentage, which is not the double percentage, I think. Let me see. How do we print percentages? Percent. And you know what? This here, strictly speaking, this percentage here is actually wrong because it's a format string. And in format strings, you don't write a percentage like this. You actually would have to write %%. Because this now here looks at the next symbol to see if there's some format specifier, which there's none, there's a space, so it won't do anything. But here, the dot on its own is also nothing. But yeah, if there was like another symbol behind, like a D or I or S or something, then this would be incorrect. Yeah. So I don't know if we should make a pass in fixing this, because I think that all these should be double percentages. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's something to... Yeah, let me create a bug report for this. GitHub game page. New issue. Format string percent sign in strings is not escaped. Percent symbol in strings is not escaped. Should be if all strings are well, actually no, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. It's only when the string is used as a format string. No, I think this is not a question. No, I think it's fine. Yeah. Or is it? Probably. Yeah, it's probably fine. Okay, good. So back to this one here. Let's close this. Okay. So this one should reverse everything except the except the %d part in itself. I think to program that you can first locate begin and end of the percent format fields. Percent format fields. Then reverse the whole string, then reverse the local begin and end of the percent format fields, and then revert the reversal on those percent format fields, right? So first you reverse this whole string, yeah, which then makes this d% colon d% here at the end, and then these need to be swapped again, reverted again, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's the best strategy here to detect like the actual begin and end of this, like not make it too complicated. Obviously the most robust would be to detect it the same way that the printf detects this format, right? Which has very specific rule set, right? So it could be done like this, or you just say, okay, it starts at % and it ends on a space. Ends on a space. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's called very complicated. Simplified. First locate. You can first locate the begin and end of the % format fields, then reverse a whole string, then reverse the local begin and end of the % format fields. That's a bit confusing. Locate the begin and end, reverse the whole string, reverse the local begin and end. Yeah, basically means that this position minus the end. No, the end minus the first position that was found here, right? Yeah, that's how you get the how it was. So basically, you first found it here at the start, And then after it's reverted, you want to know, okay, where's it now? And you know this by taking the found position of this, the end position of this minus this found position. And same here. Yeah. And then the end. Yeah. Yeah. Let's add this comment here. Yeah, I would say the simplest algorithm here is really revert everything between those line breaks. Yeah, that's step number one, and then revert the reversal of these percent formatters, and that's it. I think that's all that needs to be done here. Yeah. Other than that, everything needs to be reversed. Punctuation. So, like, I don't think that this here is correct with what does it say here? I don't think that this is correct. Ignoring dots and this here, parentheses and stars and okay, stars. Let me see, stars. Okay, that's a good point. The star. Yeah. Okay, so if a sentence begins with a star, yes, then don't reverse it. Yeah, that's legitimate. Yeah. And I think there are also a bunch of Arabic sentences which are not translated yet. How about UTF-8 Arabic character set. Arabic scripts. Arabic. Oh. How about how about we add a feature where we say only reverse the string if there is at least one Arabic character in there. Otherwise, yeah, I think that would be that would be a decent rule. Okay, so I say here, where do we say? Let's just add a new comment here. To ignore strings like such as, so for example this one, right, which is not translated, such as this one, or this one here, this, or this. I suggest to add a feature where we say to apply the reversal only, where we say to apply the reversal only if a certain set of characters, if a certain set of characters is contained in the string. But to avoid reversing strings such as this or this, I suggest to add a feature where we say to apply the reversal only if a certain set of characters is contained in the string. Yeah, okay, and then here, let's take this here. Arabic scripts. So for example, it could say, so for example, now the bad thing is that there are multiple ranges. Oh. Yeah, maybe it's good enough you just say this. Where are we? Here. So for example, we could pass codes this to that, and only if at least one character is part of these codes, the reversal will be applied. Reversal. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not 100% sure if all my input covers everything, but to me, this looks extremely complicated and also error prone, because if we ignore English letters or these special characters or these commas and periods, then I don't think that this will create the correct results. What does it say here? If a special character like comma, space or colon appears between two ignored characters, the punctuation will be treated as part of the ignored sequence. That's a good point. There's also numbers. Yeah, sure. Number also. Maybe we can also say that. But still, this number. Special character appears next to an ignored character. If a special character appears next to an ignored character. I think what would help here is really to to list the Arabic examples which justify certain rules. Like to really see, okay, so we have this sentence, this practical problem, we need to revert it, and it goes into this result. Now thinking about it more, since now we also have this number here, how about I think there is how about we say we only invert the characters that are part of these codes that we pass as code range or ranges, multiples, since apparently Arabic can have multiple ranges here for some reason. Yeah. So you can pass multiple ranges into the compiler and say, hey, please reverse the characters if they are part of these character code ranges. Yeah. And then it will do that. But other than this, it will also always reverse everything that is between those line breaks. Yeah, but it will not reverse the characters that are not part of these codes. Yeah, so there's two reversals. Yeah, okay, so it's a two-pass reversal. Except the yeah, so so yeah, okay, to me the algorithm looks pretty clear here. Always always reverse, always reverse the whole string, yeah, and then locally unrevert the reversal for everything that is not part of these characters that are within our target ranges. Now you could also swap it and say, don't, I give you a range of things that you don't reverse, But you could also do it like this. So it's for example, you give it a range, ASCII range, from 0 to 7F, yeah, and you don't reverse that, right? You could also do that. Let's edit. Alternatively, could also give it a range for characters to not reverse in place, such as ASCII with 0, 0, 0 to 0, 0, 7F, something like this, yeah. Such as ASCII. Okay. Okay, but to me this looks like it would work. So you always reverse a whole string. Before you reverse, you track where are my portions that are not to be reversed in itself. Once you have identified those, you save where they are. Then you reverse the whole thing, and then you calculate the new positions, yeah, from after the reversal, and then, or you can just look for them after the reversal. That's also possible, yeah. If you just look for ASCII, you can do it after the reversal. Yeah, that's fine. And then you in place reverse them again, right? So if this was d% colon d%, you can see that from start to end, these are all ASCII characters. Then you just take this and you reverse it. Boom, done. And this will be at the end here, right? These characters will be at the end. I think this algorithm would work, and it's super simple. It's super simple. It's just, you just probably need 2-3 functions. You need a function like this here, where you give it a begin and an end. Maybe, yeah, it needs to be writable, begin and end. And yeah, I think that's a way to go here. Then you can get rid of all these rules here and all these characters up here and whatever this is doing. Yeah, all this stuff can be deleted, I think. Yeah, I don't know if all this works here, but to me this looks crazy complicated. Crazy. Good. Yeah, these are my 2 cents on this. Let me put a comment here. Okay. Then let's take a look at this one here. New class. Okay. Okay. So this is now about the model tool. Let me see, what do we have here? The current version has been tested using a binary comparison of the input and output files after processing approximately 9,000 model files. This only confirms that the processing functions for 57 types of chunks work correctly, although there is no information available about the others. At this stage, the version is still disconnected from the Thyme core code, and integration will occur later after assessing its feasibility. This commit significantly refactors from the previous version before the last review the data handling to support chunk formats. Support chunk beyond W3D. To support chunk formats beyond W3D. Okay. Addressing the limitations of the original wdump and chunk IO. Okay. The original approach relied heavily on the structures in wdump and chunk IO, which were specifically designed for the W3D format. This limited the ability to efficiently handle other formats like W3D. This limited the ability to efficiently handle other formats and blend. I'm really not yet sure how he wants to do blend and max in C++. This will be really complicated, but maybe he has some ideas. But yeah, I think I would be happy if it can do W3D and W3X. If it can do blend and max and so on, fantastic, but yeah, it's not something that I would expect. The string class based approach in chunk info at wdump was suitable for GUI purposes, but inefficient when dealing with complex data types such as vectors, colors, and textures. It converted all data to strings, making processing more complex. Yeah. Unlike the previous string-based approach, chunk info now stores data such as vectors directly as raw using void star value, where after converting it to the appropriate type, the data can be displayed. Type data. Okay. Okay. Raw data type. Raw type data. Okay. To identify and utilize the voids value pointers, a type map type to IO func map is introduced. This map associates each data type with a pair of functions, one for reading and one for writing that specific type. The type field stores the type of value, while the data field continues to provide a formatted string representation for display purposes. Future work will adapt its formatting to better reflect the representation in W3X files. This will improve data interoperability between W3D and W3X. Oof. A lot of info here. Chunk manager centralizes the handling of various data types, providing chunk info a structure. The structure provides a name, type, identifier, formatted data string, and a pointer to the raw data of various types. Okay, how about we look at the code? The text can say a lot of things, but the code would tell us all. Okay, so let's look at the last changes here. These guys. Jesus. Jesus. Okay. Okay, where do we start looking? What is this language here? Must be Hebrew, no? Let me see. Huh? Let's go to translation. Translate. Hebrew, yeah. Okay. Okay, so write chunks. Okay, I appreciate that he renamed this to write and read. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, so it's not much happening in here. Read chunks, read subchunks, root chunks front, push back. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure why there is a function that get root chunk and then it only gives the front of this. But then you can, this is confusing because like here you can set multiple root chunks. Yeah. You can set multiple root chunks, but here you only ever get the first. That's strange. Also, this one should be passed as ref here. Let me add a comment here. We don't need to comment it yet. It's still work in progress, right? Yeah. But yeah, this is something I would comment on the final on the final review. Yeah, this is confusing. Like, why can you add multiple root chunks, but you can only query the first? That's strange. Before it was correct here. You have one root chunk and you assign it here. Done. Right? Read chunk, write chunk. Yeah. Delete value. Oof. This this looks dangerous here, because essentially it deletes something that was passed by external, right? So the ownership responsibilities are not well defined. Usually, whoever whoever creates or allocates is responsible for deallocating, right? Unless you wrap it in a smart pointer and you just pass it around, right? But here, like someone externally allocates something, yeah, passes it here, and then chuck info decides to delete it on destruction. That's not good. No, it's not good. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think this is actually big enough of a thing. Um, this this is risky. Typically, ownership. Let's say allocation ownership should be well defined. Either use smart pointers or unique pointer. Either use unique pointer or different. What is this here? Okay, I don't know where this is taken from. There's a to-do, check if this is correct. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if that's correct or not. Okay, but he did write that he was reading and writing the 9,000 game assets or so. and they all worked fine, right? So I think that's already a good test to see if the stuff works correctly, and if that passes, then that's good. Yeah. Hmm. Why was this removed here? Hmm. Yeah. Woof. Okay, I appreciate that he made a template function, which then allows it to allows us to debug the stuff. This is, I think, much better. What about this one here, though? Is this correct here? ID, integer ID. Huh. This one looks wrong here. Right chunk raw. What does it take? Surprised that it's not passing string here as well. %s expects string. What is this here? Raw data. Can avoid read by using std unique ptr char read chunk raw. Hold on. Is this still? New char. Oh. Okay, how about maybe return a maybe return this to have clean ownership to transfer ownership cleanly. Because it's a bit unfortunate that this function allocates something, array, right? Then it returns this raw pointer, and then the caller needs to clean up eventually. But if we return a unique pointer, then like explicitly the owner will know that something needs to be cleaned, and if you release this unique pointer, it's freed automatically. Then this won't be necessary down here. Again here, why is this allocating a new vector? What is this doing? Add data. Oof. Oof. Add data. Type ID. I don't know what's going on here with the type ID. Strange. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is, if I'm not mistaken, so this add data, what is it calling? that data function, where is it? Oh boy. Oh boy. Add data. Add data. Where's this part of add data? There we go. Add data. Okay. Value. Okay, so the value is path creates chunk info, right? Okay, so it goes into this chunk info, which is this one here, and then it wants to delete it this way. Oof. Okay, so I think this is wrong. This is wrong. So this is wrong. Passing a new passing a new and chunk array will delete delete void. Let's actually say this. Does match, does not match. Yeah, this it might corrupt memory. I'm not sure. Very possibly. Yeah. So I highly recommend to stick with unique pointer. Try to avoid the C cast here. This essentially is a reinterpret cast. And yeah, it opens Pandora box if used incorrectly, and here in this case it is incorrectly used. Yeah. I don't know what's up with these things here. Why is this written like that? Huh. Strange. Why is const char st? Captain's log 1. If the formatted string is only used for the captain's log, then you can also simply write captain's log 1 I think. Oof, what is this here? Oof. Sounds are object. I would say here, if possible, try implement these as functions. So something like case. Then there's like this number here, like 6, right? Read int. So let's say read vector. Here 17. Case 17. And then read vector. Then is sphere color, right? Break. Then I would have a function read vector. Add vector. Const char. Name. Void. Then I would take all this here. Sorry. Something like this. And then I think it would be a bit more like code here, but then at least you can debug it, right? Step into the code. So that would be my suggestion. Generally, it's a good idea to get rid of those macros. Yeah. Okay, there's not much else I can say about this. I mean, he says that he loaded and wrote the original files. Let's see this once more. Oh. Yeah. Okay, we haven't looked at this here yet. What is that? Man, GitHub is extra slow. Oof. There we go. Okay, where's this type to IO func map? Huh. I don't know. The structure provides the name type, formatted data string, raw data. Yeah, so if the chunk info stores a void star, then it cannot be responsible for deleting that thing because it doesn't know what to delete, right? It doesn't know which type to delete, and then can also not call the destructor, right, for the type. So if you want to if you if you want to store a variadic type in chunk info, then you can use std variant. Yeah, a unique pointer of std variant. Yeah, something like that. Okay, well, since we already added some of the comments, let's also add the comment here about the chunk. Where was it? This one here. This is strange. This is strange. One can set multiple root chunks, but when querying the root chunk, it will only return the first. Also here is also yeah. Good. Actually, I'm surprised that this actually compiles. I'm surprised. This compiles because void cannot be destructed. Yeah, I would expect that the compiler would complain about this here. Because if you want to delete a void, like what would it then try to destroy? I wouldn't know. If it was destroying, well, probably treats it like any other primitive type then, like a char or boolean. Yeah. Okay, but like for example, if you destroy a, like in this one case where it would pass a vector, right? STD vector. Like if you then delete as void, then yeah, it would never call the destructor for that vector, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I think it's going into a good direction. Yeah. Let me see once more here. Has been tested. Processing functions work correctly. There's no information available about the others. Yeah. Well, I mean, to expand the scope of file types, you could take models from other games, from Battle for Middle-earth, for example. Let me put here. To expand scope of verification, the testing, the file set can be expanded with models from other games, such from other W3D games, such as Battle for Middle-earth. Could. I mean, I don't really care about other games, so it's just optional. As long as everything works perfect for 0 hour, I think that's good. Yeah. Comments, approve, comments, yeah. Good, I hope that the comments are somewhat useful. Yeah. Yeah, so basically there are 167 chunks in all the 9,000 models of 0 hour, but only 56 of these 167 chunks are actually used. Yeah. I think I said that wrong. There are 167 possible chunks according to wdump, but the game only uses this many. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I think that's good. Okay, did I submit all the reviews? Yeah. Good. That has been 2 hours, I think. Um, right, there was, I think 2 days ago. What day is today? Yeah, 2 days ago, on Thursday the 30th, someone posted here, Legionnaire posted, go and vote. GOG has shortlisted CNC Ultimate Collection to be added to their library and to their preservation program. You know, gamers always get their hopes so high when these companies, when these third parties or EA, when they make another release, you know, make a new bundle and they put it up so that you can buy it again, right? And then they get their hopes high that, wow, this time we will get every master, right? They get all hopeful and excited, right? Like, as you can see here, super excited for it. Let's hope CNC UC wins and GOG hopefully does something to fix glitches. It says, what's up? Okay, here we have a skeptic. Arctic Dolphic says, unlikely they can fix things. At most, maybe a better installer. The source code is missing after all, he says. That's what I said yesterday. He didn't like it. A new installer for the piracy community. Let's see, what else do they say? If you keep buying the same game from any platform they start selling on, it will be just an option for them to release the same game over and over again. Exactly. For some free, easy, and fast cash. Yeah, this is how Lotus likes her cash. And for the fixes you're talking about, the source code is missing lost. Okay, here I'm really wondering what is going on with these people. Why do they think that the source code is lost? Like, where do they get this lore from? Like, do they actually work at EA and have seen that in the Perforce repository it's no longer present? Have they checked? How can they make the statement? That's a ridiculous statement to make. I mean, Electronic Arts is a very well functioning machine. They have big budgets, many employees, the infrastructure is running, and they probably have the Perforce server well intact with all the old games and new games and engines, everything in there. And that includes also General 0 Hour. So the source code is 100% in there. I'm 100% sure that it exists and EA has it. Yeah, it would be like no one just goes ahead and deletes the work. That doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. No. And as long as a company, as long as a video game company has not gone bankrupt and its IPs and technologies were not acquired by someone, then as long as that's not the case, then wait, where am I going with this? Only if a company went bankrupt and no one acquired it, and just like everything was shut off and then it ditched into the landfill, then it can be gone. Yes, but if there is another company that acquires the old company, yeah. So in this case, Westwood was acquired by Electronic Arts, right? Then all the data that was built will be kept. It won't just be deleted, right? Okay. So I hope that this myth of lost source code is is not forever. Yeah. Okay. What else do we have here? Basically, a full remake. Parallel programming is totally different beast. Huh? I think the best they can do is make it compatible with modern hardware natively. That's what I agree with. Yeah. They can't remove online requirement on that game, that's for sure. Not like anyone should play it anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. If GOG really can reverse engineer the final code of the game, it would be a huge task, but it's possible. Okay. He said something smart here, and he said something really dumb here. Why would GOG do that? Why would they do that? So I think people have this impression that GOG goes out of their way and does huge fixes to the games in their catalog to provide a huge service to their players. Before this discussion, I didn't even know what GOG was, so I had to look at this myself first. So if we look at this here, GOG.com, I think it is. Yeah, GOG.com. So basically, can we change the language here? Right now it's set to German. Let's change it to US. Is that a thing? No? How about we change it to N? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if we go here on browse all games, yeah, so it says they have 10,000 games here. Yeah, let me make this a bit larger. 10,000 games. Yeah. And then they have a few games which are titled Good Old Games. And those are the games where they applied a few more fixes to make it run better. Yeah. And then the list goes down to 93. Yeah. So out of 10,000 titles in their store. Yeah. So the store, I guess, is something like Origin or Steam or EA app or things like this, right? So 93 games have this good old game banner, yeah? And there's just a few. The Dino Crisis, the Resident Evil, and Witcher 2, and some others, yeah? Diablo, yeah? SimCity. Okay. Okay, and then we can take a look at these guys, yeah? And we can see, okay, what have they actually done on this? Yeah, so here, that's a GOG preservation program. What improvements we made? Okay, so they applied DDraw Compat for seamless support with modern displays, set core affinity to one CPU core, improving performance, fixed alt tabbing leading to black screen, validated stability, verified compatibility, improved compatibility, updated internal installer structures, no changes to game files. Done. That's it. Okay, let's look at some others. What was it? There was Arcanum. Let's look at the SimCity here. Yeah. SimCity. apply DDraw Compat, probably some wrapper that they apply for the direct draw DLL. Limit frame rates, enhanced stability, unlocked up to 1000p resolution, validated stability, verified, so they tested that it works, verified compatibility, tested that this works on Windows, on new ones, verified cloud save support. So they did a bunch of testings, they added this and did something here, but they don't specify how exactly they did it. Yeah. Okay, let's look at some others here. Hero 3. Yeah. What did they do here? Fixed non-playing intros in Russian and French localizations. Okay. Yeah. Fixed windowed mode F4 in all versions through the use of DDraw Compat. Yeah, we know that they have some wrapper there that fixes some things, so that's good. Validated stability, verified compatibility, so then some testing. Added Russian localization, added Polish localization, added dummy DLL to French localization for HD mod. Not included. Okay. So you see the picture. You see the picture here. The fixes they apply is just so that you very likely get into the main menu and you can play the game, right? Normally on the newest on the latest Windows, right? And then they test that everything is good, and then you're good to go. So the difference to the retail game that you already have from Steam or from CD or wherever will be just that they apply a few more fixes if they can figure out what, and then that's it. As long as it boots to the menu and you can play, in principle, you're good. They won't go out of their way and figure out all the game crashes and memory corruptions and connection issues and mismatches. They won't do that. They won't do that. It's just like, okay, can we boot into the game? Does it run? If not, what do we need to do to make it run? And when it runs, can we play levels? Yes, no. It works, fine, let's go, right? So I find it a bit comical that then people come and say, yeah, it would be nice if they can reverse engineer the final code of the game. Huge task. It's not the benefit. Like this task is so vast. Like it makes no sense, especially because EA has the source code. So if they wanted to have the source codes and they could make a deal and say, yeah, we fix some things, and they could just ask EA, hey, give it to us. But EA might not be interested. So at the end, EA is interested if they get a cut of sales, but then maybe they say, okay, we get a better cut if we just have our sale on Steam and our own store. We don't need it on another platform, which takes a higher cut, right? So that doesn't make much sense. This here. What do we have here? Any game studio wants to be like Rockstar Games, where they can re-release games on different and new platforms with a player base that is willing to play. Lemon source code of games from that era are lost. Remember when Rockstar made the remastered version of GTA San Andreas? They did outsource it to another company and failed big time because Groove Street Games, the studio that they tasked with remastering GTA, worked without the source codes and without the original files and documents. The result was a shitty product. I don't know about this GTA San Andreas thingy here, but no company that gets hired to like how do you say that gets hired to port a game or to port a game to a new platform or to make a remaster will not get access to the original files. That's not the thing. Like no one, you can't just give them the final compiled game, maybe even with like encrypted assets, yeah, so that they can't change anything, and then expect them to change something. That doesn't work. So they always have to build from source. Yeah, it's so this is a lie. Don't trust these people. They don't know what they're talking about. They probably read something somewhere from someone that they thought is a reliable source of info, but it's all lies. It's all lies. Okay, what else do we have here? And also, source codes of games from that era are lost. Like this sounds as if like all source code from all games from around 2000s are lost. That makes no sense. I'm pretty sure that even Tomb Raider 1 source code is still there with IDOS sitting tight. It's all there. Yeah, don't worry. Biggest problem is how politically incorrect it is. Yeah, that's true. You're garbage. Okay, here it says GTA SA source code wasn't lost. Yeah, that sounds more likely. Was there any other comments about this GOG? I don't know. Maybe there were some more discussions about it, but yeah, it's. Let me see what are they discussing right now here. Okay, looks like they. Let's see. So basically, I previously made a comment today here that I found the GOG conversation funny. Let me see here. I wrote the level of noobness in this chat is funny. Which maybe is a bit aggressive of a statement, but it is noobness because many of these people have no clue what they're talking about, right? Yeah. Okay, here's a Kratos guy again. Let's see if he has a better take now. GOG open the wishlist page basically to vote which game they're gonna include on their platform. Since CTOC was one of them, so people hope they can make all the game in the collection natively compatible with modern hardware. With GOG recent release, some classic RE. Yeah. So, well, as far as I'm aware, EA already has made the fixes with the Steam release to make the game run on Windows there. So the GOG is actually not needed because the game does actually now natively run on Windows 10, 11, right? Because it doesn't do this options any check anymore and some other shenanigans. I think they also deleted the debug help and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. So my expectation is that the Steam version typically will run for users on modern Windows. Yeah. So I don't know why the GOG program would even be needed. And then obviously to be able to list this game on their platform, they would need to get permission from EA, a license from EA, right? Because they don't own the distribution rights of this title, right? So they would need to get a license from EA, and then EA, of course, would like to see a cut from every sale, and probably a big cut, because let's see, on Steam takes a 30% cut. So Valve takes a 30% cut on Steam. So EA keeps 70%. And then on EA app, obviously EA keeps 100% of all sales. Yeah, so if they would put it on GOG, then I don't know, EA, what would they ask? I don't know. Maybe they would ask 30%, maybe 50%. I don't know. Let's see if there are any interesting discussions here. GOG might be re-releasing Ultimate Collection. Re-releases have had significant upgrades. Are they really significant though? Entire community is really dead set on that developers can't work and are brain damaged or something like that. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Okay, this Mehmet guy seems to be a bit very hopeful here. Okay, so he says, I think they could do those changes themselves. I'm not going to say it's going to fix everything. This is going to be the literal best version ever. All I ever advocate was for that there is a chance they can fix a bunch of shit. Will we get official servers? Of course not. Will we get any significant changes? Probably not. But there's a small chance they take this opportunity to try to fix the underlying issues that the Ultimate Collections had. Maybe we are extremely lucky and they even try to fix some multiplayer issues. Is it nearly impossible? Yes, it's definitely impossible. But I want to take a chance that there is a chance for that. Okay, but this is hopium or copium. Yeah. It doesn't work like this. I don't think it works like that. I don't see it. Simply because the other games also don't have any like special fixes in here. Like you can, I mean, I didn't look at 100% of them, yeah, but most that I looked at, they have just a few things here and there. Fix a regression with unresponsive shift key preventing stationary attacks. Updated GOG.com DirectX wrapper, fixed launch crashes, fixed DEP crashes, validated stability, added a separate upscaling options without forced aspect ratio, removed administrator flags from launcher, added a potential fix for mouse issues for real this time. That's the second try. There's always a chance if they touch something that they also break something new, right? Added a potential fix for mouse issues, workaround for dep issues, misleading info about TCP IP from the launcher. Yeah, so it's very fundamental fixes to just like get into the game. That's it, right? Okay, what do we have here? Gentlemen. Getting anything on GOG is way more difficult than pressing a button and throwing up installers. You're all acting like legal is non-existent and the CNC games are all abandonware, which isn't the case. Stop breaking your heads over it. Finally, someone is talking some sense, although I don't think that legal is even the big word here. Yeah. The GOG wish list is not a, what is that? Yes, it will be on GOG. What? It's a, would be kind of POG if we could have it on GOG. If you would also want to go ahead and vote for the game so we know if we should explore the opportunity. Ah, the GOG wish list is not a, yes, it will be on GOG. Okay, I see. Someone using brain. Yes, finally. Yeah. Okay, so we have one person here who has brains. That's good. Yeah. No offense, yeah, to the others. To me, it looks like the community here is like young kids, younger audience that yeah, that don't really know, like, okay, what does it actually take to put to do these things, right? And also like the monetary incentives. Essentially, for EA and for these distributors, the game is fine as is, as long as you can boot into the menu and launch the missions, right? Any other extra crashes you get on long multiplayer sessions, right? This is not what they are concerned about, not really, right? So don't get your hopes high about any fixes, you know? We are all about that negativity here. If you ever think to encourage anything at all, you will be met by realists that has zero imagination. Huh? What? The community that's all about CNC doesn't want to support something that EA isn't making. They are giving a license to an entirely different company to make if they did get the chance. As players get older and leave 0 hour, who will replace them? AI. Okay, are there any other interesting statements here or funny statements? Distinct difference between pessimists and realists. The issue is that there's a very, very loud minority of CNC community that is hogging the words copium, yes, supply, and tend to dream up absolutely unrealistic and convoluted scenarios and make it sound like it's a 4-click plug and play deal. Copium, yes, exactly. The Cervantes guy is the only one who has his brain checked. That's good. Okay. he says, did anyone ever mention a plug and play deal? They have been fixing bugs in their new releases. Yeah, but have you actually looked at those bugs fixes? Like, to what complexity are these, right? I don't think so, because they don't own Gentoo, so they cannot just add it, right? Also, I don't think that 0 Hour should ship with Gentoo. Gentoo should only be optional. Ah, hmm. Lemon says EA never been good for the community. If you think they are going to give licenses, good luck. This is not true. This is not true. Because EA has given the community a license to mod their games, to build on top of their games, right? So for example, you can take an original game model and you can make improvements to it, and then you can release that. Yeah, the only thing you're not allowed to do is like distribute the game as you own, right? So let's say you build a mod for an original game, and then you release your entire game as a standalone product with the original game included to run your mod, right? That's obviously not what you can do. But as long as you just build content for the original game, where the original game is required to run whatever you're building, then you have the license to do that, right? So in that regard, EA is much more permissive than other game companies. So for example, Rockstar and Nintendo, these companies, they are not very happy if if users mod their game, right? There have been lawsuits and stuff. No. Also, on the like, people always talk about there's huge money in 0 Hour or stuff like this. They make so much money if they make a remake. Keep in mind that there already was a remake in production, Generals, in 2012, 2013 or so, which was cancelled. So they already sunk millions into a new Generals, which was cancelled. So don't expect don't expect another reboot, yeah, for this, because they already have sunk money, right? Oh no! Oh, it's now getting interesting here. Let me see. What do we have here? Developer. What is happening here? Not made by EA. Clown. What? What is going on here? Damn, no way. Made by me. They don't give licenses, so why do we have this? That's not made by EA. You know distribution rights. Rights to metal with the source as far as if it's available and distributed, modified. Commercial regulation. What is he talking about? You are an actual dump ass. Why is this escalating? Why is this escalating? I don't even know what he said here. In regards to what? What's the what legality? Distribution rights? Okay, it's talking about legality of distribution. Okay. You're actually dumbass. Petroglyph is the studio that hires stuff from Westwood Studio. Have stuffs. Okay, Kratos also needs to learn writing. Yeah, it wasn't theirs, it was Westwood Studios. Bro, please. Tell me I have zero clue about the industry without telling me. Holy fuck. Oh, it's escalating. Petroglyph is basically that. Westwood. Lemon. Post a lemon. Was dissolved. I know that's my role here. 2007, but enlighten me. 2001 even. Petroglyph has all the OG Westwood gang. Well, I would assume that by now many of these old developers have retired. Petroglyph is outside of EA's jurisdiction. Petroglyph is a complete separate company. You know what happened? EA approached them and said, hey, you want to remaster the old CNC games? Have you taken your pills today? And they said, for sure, let's do it. Why didn't remaster General? So you know why, right? How should I know? People have been speculated on Red Alert 2. You know, partnering, contracting, and studio that is a more or less direct successor of Westwood. Have them develop a product for EA, where EA still holds all the right to, is very, very different than allowing a different distributor and not in-house branch to F with the games. So it looks like every time someone writes garbage, there is a bot that writes your garbage. Since he was utter garbage, your garbage. I like this Mehmet guy. He's injecting like funny ideas and then is causing controversy and then pulls nice comments. So that's good. I like it. He's a troublemaker. You can't seem to read. If it happens, it happens. All I was trying to do, be optimistic. The companies like Capcom, Lucasfilm, and other companies gave away their rights to be able to have their game on GOG. No, they don't give their rights away. They make a license deal. That's it. The rights are still with Capcom and so on. It's just a distribution license. Yeah. Love you too, my friends, but I don't see me insulting you. Average 0-hour person. It's either wholesome like Brett or Nick, or more like Enigma. How is that insulting? You're applying things I never said. I never said it was easy. I never said it would happen. Fighting 5 people for a simple ass vote. How did this escalate? No one is fighting. I voted. It's an exchange of opinions. I'm done. I am dumb ass. My bad for ever saying anything. Man, this is funny. No one is fighting or even against the vote. I should too. But I'm not willing to create another account. All I see, a lot of screeching and people not making sense. Yeah. Okay, looks like it has died down here. Yeah, the party's over. Yeah, the party's over. Now it's just noobs, more noob spam. Yeah, good. Yeah, there was. Yeah, I think people always have the wrong expectations when it comes to these things. My expectation is that it won't go on GOG. If it does, then maybe just as another of these 10,000 titles that doesn't have this GOG good old game preserved thingy, right? So, because I mean, how many are these actually? I mean, this must be 0.01% or something, right? Let me see. 93 divided by 10,000, right? Oh. 93 divided by 10,000. So that's 0.00. So yeah, 0.001. 0.01 percent. So the chance that it becomes a game where they make even some touches is okay. Let me put this. Let me write here. I calculated. I calculated the chance of GOG titles 0 hour. I calculated the chance 0.01%. I calculated the chance of GOG titles 0 hour. Yeah, let's just put this out there. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that this number is accurate because their game catalog has 10,000 titles and only this much is actual GOG, right? So this number is accurate, and yeah, I just leave it there. All right, I think we're done with this video. We basically just made a bunch of code reviews, and yeah, next session we should continue here with our Mac O reader. Try to advance it. Yeah, I'm still feeling a bit KO. I hope I can recover well, so we can get back up to speed. Huh? All right. I hope you enjoyed this session. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.